We're at the Sardinian Mountain Museum in Arezzo to present the reconstructions from the Impronte di Storia and Historical Traces Association exhibition. Here you can see a Nuragic tower reconstruction as it originally appeared, complete with its terrace and wooden galleries supported by corbels. This reconstruction is particularly interesting as it's a scale model of the Santa Barbara Nurag in Sindhia. A fascinating nurag featuring numerous holes in a spiral pattern on its exterior wall, believed to have held beams known as pontal or pontali holes. Here we can see inside the Nuragic tower as reconstructed by craftsman Efficio Bussonera based on our design. The model shows the inner chamber, the spiral staircase, and the upper floor chamber. And here we also have the staircase that goes up and ends on the terrace with this small structure. We could almost call it a little dome that provides a protected exit from the staircase. This is a detail, at least as we interpret it, that can also be seen in models of nuraghi, where this sort of small terminal pointed cap is actually present. What's the idea, the hypothesis? That when it rained, this structure protected the staircase from water getting in, preventing rainwater from entering the staircase itself, which over time would have deteriorated from these infiltrations. The tower is built as it would have originally looked once completed, so the scaffolding holes are now free of the timber inserts, the support beams that were probably also used during construction. And finally, the tower ends with corbels, or rather corbel supports, which with this angled shape support a gallery made in this case of wood. An observable detail is the decoration, this sort of zigzag pattern, which can be seen not only in the nuraghi models themselves, but also in some miniature nuraghi depicted on Nuragic votive boats. Well, that's it. One last detail of great interest is the presence of the door, of course, but even more so the window on the upper floor. The door is a classic example of a Nuragic entrance. The jambs on the sides with ashlars numbering from 3 to 7, a lintel supporting the closure of the opening, and then the so-called lintel window or relieving window that completes the entrance. Then, quite centered in this case, though in other cases there's some variation between the entrance orientation and the window orientation. Here the window is exactly aligned with the entrance and features several interesting details, including the craftsmanship of the architrave that closes the window, and even grooves on the sides that were presumably used as slots for a window or wooden closure to literally seal this opening. One last detail of great interest is obviously the door, but even more so the window on the upper floor. The door is a classic example of a Nuragic entrance. The side piers, with 3 to 7 stone blocks each, support an architrave that frames the opening, topped by what's called a relieving window or discharge window that completes the entrance. Now, in this case, it's quite centered, though in other examples you'll see some variation between the entrance orientation and the window orientation. Here the window aligns perfectly with the entrance and shows some really interesting details, including the craftsmanship of the architrave closing the window and even recesses on the sides that were presumably used as slots for a window or wooden closure to literally seal this opening.